What have we talked about this week? Sales cycle. And today it's Friday, and I want to leave something fun for Friday. So what we're talking about today is negotiations. A lot of people think they're good negotiators. The easiest thing to do whenever you're negotiating with people is to ask. Well, I'm gonna ask for all of this. I'm gonna ask for the moon. I'm gonna ask for as much as possible. In their mind, that makes them feel the safest when they're negotiating. They feel the most certain. They feel like, you know what, because a lot of times people are really fearful. And the more fearful you are, the more you're gonna ask for. Does that make sense? The more uncertain you are, the more you'll ask for. But there's not just one party in a negotiation. There's two or multiple people. What is the most dangerous type of a negotiation? The one that you do not even know that you're in. And I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever you meet up with people, whenever you talk to people, whenever you're exposed to one another, you have now entered some type of a negotiation. Whenever I meet you, whenever we first meet, okay, there is a negotiation of certainty. Who has most certainty here? The person that is the most certain will win. And you need to think about that whenever you engage with somebody. It's like we come in, this is straight out of Orrin Claff's book. Whenever people meet, he calls them frames. And there's gonna be a more dominant frame and then there's gonna be, so there's an alpha, what would the other one be? So I'm not saying like you're meeting a bully, because I could be the dominant frame but be the nicest person that you meet, but it's the way I talk. It's the way I'm looking at you. It's the way I sound. It's the certainty in which I speak, okay? So I want you to pay attention. So what are some ways, like if these two frames collide? Mr. Dominant over here in the left hand and less dominant over here. They come in and they collide. One of them is gonna look at the other one and one of them is gonna say, you're the man, you're the woman, you're in charge. And it's unspoken. You enter some type of communication in person, on the phone, and there's gonna be some person that wins that negotiation. Most of the time, whenever we enter a negotiation, if I want something, I over-negotiate. If me and you are negotiating something and I'm asking too much, the other person will retreat. You will lose their support. They no longer have nothing to win. It's gotta somehow feel like to the person, I'm getting what I want. And it can happen. And negotiations are not usually just a lopsided win. The more lopsided they get, the other person is just gonna say, this don't work for me. When you over-negotiate, you're probably never gonna get what you want. And if I'm asking too much of you, now you're in a position to where you feel like it's impossible for you to get what you want. There's no way, I give up on the deal. So look, whenever you negotiate with people, understand this, you've got to get your win, they've got to get their win, or it will not happen. Too often, people over-negotiate. They ask for too much too early. Here is a piece of gold for everybody. Whenever you're negotiating with somebody and their response is more than one letter or one word, they're a weak negotiator. Everybody, have a great day.